I gotta get my chair for this one. Hey fam, welcome back to my channel for a new episode. It's your girl Tracy Wiley. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate you guys. On today's episode, we are going to keep the conversation going about Essence and talk about everything you need to know about where to go, what to eat, where to shop. Okay? So sit tight. You're definitely going to want to tune in for this one. Now, the previous vlog, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But if you have, I touched more on, how to dress, meaning wear comfy clothes, making sure you're hydrated, bring in a little fan, because child, let me tell you, it is hot out here. Things like that. But today is all about the meat and potatoes of the city. Today, I want you to go ahead and get you a notebook so you can jot down all of these places that you have to try. These are personally my favorites. There's so many places here that unfortunately I'm not going to be able to touch on all of them because we will be here for a while. But all you have to do is follow me on Instagram because I'll be dropping all of that throughout the whole Essence Festival. So make sure you follow your girl on IG for all the goodness. Okay. So the first thing we're going to start with is we're going to start with fashion. Y'all, Essence is all about fashion. If you've never been here, get ready. I hope you are packing your most fashionable yet comfortable clothes because we are going to serve and bring it, okay? So the Black-owned places that I personally love here in New Orleans are, number one, West London Boutique. Now, West London Boutique is one of those places that you go for one-of-a-kind finds. You're not going to find a boutique, this particular boutique, full of, the same pair of pants, like 20 of them. You're not going to find that. You're going to find probably a small, a medium, and a large. That's just how the owner rolls. She only buys a small selection of items because, it's fabulous, and she doesn't want everyone dressing exactly the same. Her name is Mariah. She is located on Magazine Street in New Orleans. It's another place that you need to definitely check out while you're here. Catch an Uber because it is a little bit off the beaten path, especially if you're staying downtown. But Mariah personally sources every last thing that comes into that shop. She is going to market in Paris. She is getting stuff from Greece. She's getting stuff from Spain. She is handpicking everything. So when you go into her shop, you're not only getting good quality pieces, she's making sure it is a ultimate shopping experience. So if you are looking for high quality, one of a kind, beautiful, beautiful pieces, definitely check out West London Boutique. She also has accessories, she has bags, she has perfume, beautiful jewelry. Listen, I highly suggest you go to West London Boutique. I'm going to try to pop in West London right here, or just everything I talk about, I'm going to try to pop it in because I know y'all don't want to sit here and stare at this yellow wall that I got up here, but I had to kind of sneak up because my children are running rampant around the house, so I'm kind of hiding, and this is what I got, so I'm sorry and bear with me. All right, that's number one. Number two, Pop Culture NOLA. I love Pop Culture NOLA. This is another spot that's on Magazine Street. Pop Culture is fun. It's one of those places that, how can I describe it? It's a party. So you walk in, the music is blaring, the girls are having a good time. They are showing like the most trendiest pieces, glasses, very good price points, cute high fashion bags. It's just a really fun place in there. I mean, pop culture. It is an explosion of color in that place. The owner is super sweet. Another one who handpicks everything that goes in there. She's very hands-on. That's one thing I love about the business owners here. It's not just their business, it's their baby. So they nurture it. So Pop Culture, definitely check them out. Number three. Oh, y'all. Adamo. Let me make sure I'm pronouncing that right. Adamo. I think that's how you pronounce it. I just recently learned about this brand a few months ago, and I had the honor of actually being able to model one of these pieces for a campaign that I just finished. And when I tell you, it's another beautiful, like, luxury brand. The owner and designer is actually a surgeon by trade, but she had a passion for fashion. So she's a surgeon by night, fashion design. I'm sorry, surgeon by day, fashion designer by night. Like, sis ain't playing, and her stuff is gorgeous. All of her clothing is made in Kenya and Ghana. So everything is made on the continent. So you just feel like, you know, when you put a piece on, you know the conversations, you know the love, like what was going on when they were sewing these pieces. But I highly suggest you go in there as well. Now, Odamo is not located on Magazine like the other two that I just talked about. Odamo is located in the French Quarters. So again, I'm going to pop everything right here, and I'm also going to put a description of everything inside the little description box so you can see. But Odamo is definitely a place that you need to see, especially you being in the French Quarters. And I know you're going to be in the French Quarters. I mean, you're coming to Fashion, so you definitely have to check that out. The next spot, oh, this is a new one. This new spot is called Freedom Apothecary. It is not a clothing store, but it's more of a wellness center. Black owned, beautiful place. When you walk in, you can find everything from lotions and hair product and eco-friendly makeup. You can find what do I always get, the what you call it, those little, the oils that you put in your diffuser, like the Sage. Like, it's one of those places where you just feel zen when you walk in. They have, what do you call those bowls, those, what you call them things, those bowls those bowls to calm you down. She got those in there. What else she has? She has journals. She has things that you can make bath soaks. I mean, just, it's a beautiful, beautiful place, and it's really new. I think Freedom Apothecary, they might have been here for maybe 6 months, maybe. I don't even think it's been a year, but another good spot for you to check out. Where else? Okay, so those are the brick and mortars where you can actually walk in. Again, majority of them are on Magazine Street, which is off the beaten path, so you will have to catch an Uber to get to Magazine Street. But Magazine Street is definitely a spot for you to check out, because this is where you can find a lot of little restaurants, you can find a lot of boutiques, a lot of what do you call it, why can't I think, a lot of art galleries. There's another art gallery. There is an art gallery on Magazine Street that's black owned. It is called Terrence Osborne. He has amazing, amazing work, so you can pop in there. Definitely check that out. So, okay, next are the online shops. Now, even though that they are online, say for instance you are scrolling on Instagram and you are in New Orleans and you see something from these online boutiques, they are local, so more than likely they can be at your hotel room. So check out Shop H. Kyle. She's located out of Baton Rouge, which is about an hour out of New Orleans. Really nice stuff. Another good place with a great price point. More on the trendier side, but good quality pieces as well. And then there's David Lee's Boutique, another one that is local. She has the most amazing suits, and you know I love a good suit. She has the most beautiful suits and dresses and sets. I mean, that's right up my alley. You know I love a set, so check her out. Then there is Wix Nola. This is where we all, and when I say we all get our candles from Wix Nola. She has the most amazing candles that she mixes herself. I have seen it, so I know she does it. And all of her scents are named after New Orleans. So you'll see something called the French Quarters. You'll see something called Gentilly. She might even have one called Essence Fest by now. And they all smell so good. They are non-toxic, and they light up the whole room. Like legit. I don't know, she must be pouring extra smell good in these candles, but they are worth every penny. So Wix Nola, if you want some really good smell good, check her out. One of my favorites is Gentilly. I love that. That is an area in New Orleans. Gentilly is a good one that smells, it's sweet if you like sweet. And then she has one, I mean, child, I can go, I'm not going to even do that to you because I'll be here all day. But Wix Nola. Beautify. So Beautify, I think I touched on Beautify in the last video, but Beautify is a kind of like a one-stop shop for hair, nails, and makeup. So you're here for Essence, you don't have a makeup artist. You've been searching for makeup artists. It is hard to find because all of them are booked up. Except Beautify has a big roster of makeup artists that work solely with Beautify to be of service for anyone who is looking for makeup artists, nail techs, or hair, and they will come straight to your hotel. All you do is go online, you go ahead and book, you book your date, you book your service and your time, and they show up. I have used them. They are amazing. Every time the makeup artist is always on point, hair is always on point. They're professional. They are they go through a extensive vetting process, so you are getting someone, you're not getting, you know, like my little girl painting your nails. No, you are getting a nail tech. You are getting a hairstylist. So keep that in mind. If you know, you never know, you might need somebody. So keep that in mind. Beautify. Again, I'll drop everything down. All right. So we have touched on the Black-owned fashion. So let's touch on food. Now food can be, y'all, I feel like a new restaurant pops up every single day here in New Orleans. Like that's New Orleans, it's food, right? Food tourism. You come here to eat and drink. We don't know what last call means. We don't know nothing about measuring alcohol. You can walk on the street with liquor. Like that's why you're here. That's what you're coming for. So here are a few food places I suggest you try out that are Black owned. Starting with number one, Vons. It is spelled, I think it's Yvonnes. It's a place where I don't want to say it's high. I don't want to say it's high end because I don't want to freak you out. Like, oh my God, I gotta wear like a suit. No, it's not that kind of place. But it is definitely more on the top tier side. So you're not going to go in there with like, you know, a t-shirt and tennis shoes. Like you want to look cute because it's a cute spot. It's located downtown, so this is definitely a place that you are probably going to stumble upon it, especially if you're staying downtown. A lot of people go there. When you walk in, there's these lights down a hallway, and it's just, think of, what do you call those things? Christmas lights lined up a wall. So a lot of people go there for like a selfie. It's really, really cute. The food is good. Again, it's Black owned. The drinks are great. They're probably going to have an event there of some sort. And yeah, so definitely check Vons out. Add that to your list. Benetchen's. That's the next one I'm going to talk to you about. Y'all, I love me some Benetchen's, okay? Benetchen's is an African restaurant. It's located on Royal Street. Again, in the quarters. Majority of the stuff is in the quarters. I mean, I'll tell you if it's not. But Benetchen's is another good one. It's African. I will say this. There's only one cook. So you're going to have a little bit of a wait. But it's worth it. There's a dish on there called the Sisay Singho. Ooh, child. It is coconut rice, baked chicken, plantains, and steamed spinach. It's seasoned to perfection, y'all. Real talk. Seasoned to perfection. So good. I have been going to Benetchen's for years. Like, they have moved a few times and I have moved with them. Like, I take everyone to Benetchen's. It's located in the quarter. You'll be able to walk it off because you're going to be full. You're gonna be full, but you'll be able to walk around and walk it off. Food is phenomenal. I have never ever had a bad meal there. The next restaurant I want to talk about, let's see, I did Vaughn's, Venetians. Okay, Larry Morrow. If you don't know who Larry Morrow is a big time party promoter here in New Orleans, and he is well connected in the entertainment industry. Well, Larry went ahead and ventured out and started a line of restaurants, he and his mother, Lenora Chong. And the first restaurant that Larry created was Morrow's. It is not located in the quarters, but it's like on the cups. It's not too far from the quarters. I think it's on St. Claude. It's a hot spot. It's a spot where if there's a concert, 9 times out of 10 the artist is eating at Morrow's. You'll see Jeezy, you'll see LaToya Luckett, you'll see, that's who's going to Morrow's. So if you are looking for a hot spot that has really good food, and by good food I mean like fried catfish, baked macaroni, there's other stuff, and there's like an Asian twist to it because of their culture, Morrow's is a good spot. Now, he's also open to other restaurants. Both of these restaurants, well, one of them I've gone to, the other one I have not been to. Mondays is off the beaten path, so if you go, you're gonna have to jump into an Uber, or you can actually get onto the streetcar. Mondays is, I feel like it's a vibe in there. You walk in, Morrow's is also a vibe, let me just add that in there, but Mondays is like a day party vibe, because there's outside and inside seating. The music is always popping. You have like the who's who of NOLA's in there, like all the fun influencers are in there. It's just a good time. They have, which I have not tried, but I have heard so many people talk about the lamb chops and saying the lamb chops are phenomenal. I have not had them. When I go, I always get the I forgot what it's called. It's basically like the Beyond Meat burger, but it's not dressed with like mayonnaise and lettuce. It has like an Asian slaw on top. It's really good with jalapenos. That's what I usually get with the truffle fries, and they're good. And I get the blueberry mojito, which is very refreshing, and you're probably gonna have 2 of those because number one, you're gonna drink it and you're gonna be like, oh, this tastes like, Kool-Aid. And then you're gonna have number 2, and then you're gonna be like, oh Lord, I shouldn't have had that. But it's good. The third restaurant that he has that I have never been to, and I'm itching to go, and I'm probably gonna try to jump in. Maybe for Essence, is his new one called Sun Chong. Okay, Sun Chong is definitely more of his Asian influence. I think Sun Chong is kind of like an ode to his grandmother. So it's more, like I said, it's more of the Asian side. But they have dishes like a crawfish fried rice. I hear there is a drink called, it's either the Love Potion or I Love You, something like that. That's supposed to be really pretty and good. I've heard amazing things about Sun Chong. So if you're here, that's also located in the French Quarter, so you'll be able to pop on in there. It's close to House of Blues, so if you see House of Blues, you're in the right section. Okay, so we touched on those. Also, the next one I'm going to talk to you about is called Lil Dizzy's. Oh my God, wait, Lil Dizzy's, and there's another one. Hold up. Okay, Lil Dizzy's. If you want soul food, you just need to go to Lil Dizzy's. Lil Dizzy's is located on Esplanade Avenue, y'all. It is family-owned restaurant that has been there since the beginning of time, and the food is straight consistent every time. They do not miss. Gumbo, fried chicken, mac and cheese, greens, like so good. They got a punch that's so good, y'all. Listen, Lil Dizzy's on Esplanade, go there. The end. Like, real talk. Another good place to go for soul food is Neo's. Now Neo's is off the beaten path, so you're gonna have to take an Uber. It is not in the French Quarters, but again, it's another soul food restaurant that is so good. It is so good and so popular that they literally have opened 2 other locations, like literally right around each other. There's I think it's Neo. I'm sorry, I was about to say Little Disney. There's Neo's. I think it's XL, which is more of the high end, and then there's another one which is more of a catering hall, because so many people are always calling them to cater their events. They went ahead and opened up a hall because the food is just that good. They're also known for their Trobro oysters. A lot of people go there for that. Now, they do not take reservations, so you need to get there. You need to get there early, because you're gonna be waiting, because it's that good. Okay, all right. So you say, I hope y'all writing this down. I mean, y'all already know I'm gonna put it down in the description, but I'm just saying, like, just take a mental note. Okay, the next one I am going to tell you about is called McHardy's Chicken. I'm getting hungry talking to y'all about this. Let me get some water. McHardy's Chicken is a fan favorite here in NOLA. Off the beaten path. Again, you're gonna have to take an Uber. I'm sorry. So if you take this Uber, you might as well just hit all these little spots and bring it on back to your hotel room or your Airbnb. Okay. McHardy's Chicken is so good, y'all. The owner is in there still frying the chicken. Like, his recipe, he holds very, very close to him. Again, another consistent spot. You will not find a bad piece of chicken at this place. You get 5 pieces and fries for maybe, I don't know, $5. Like, I mean, don't quote me on that. I'm not sure, but it's not expensive. It's so good. It is not a place where you can go and you can sit down. It's more of a takeaway place. So place an order, bring it back into the Uber. I'm more than positive that chicken's not going to make it back to your final destination, because you're going to eat it in the car. That's how good it is, because the smell's going to get to you. You're going to be like, just 1 piece. And then 1 piece is going to turn into 2 pieces, and it's going to be done. It's going to be over with. So, McHardy's Chicken. The next place I'm going to talk to you about is Sweet Vegan Soul Food. So McHardy's and Sweet Vegan Soul Food are down the street from each other. If you are a vegan, this is a good spot for you to check out. Sweet Vegan Soul Food, I probably go there once a week. Their fried cauliflower is beyond, okay? I don't know what kind of secret sauce they put in that fried cauliflower, what kind of spices, but it's so good. It is more of a buffet type style, not where you actually go. You can just see everything. They are serving you, so don't worry, ain't nobody breathing over the food. But you can see everything. So they'll have fried cauliflower, they have a barbecue cauliflower, they'll have a vegan lasagna, they'll have vegan gumbo, they'll have sweet potatoes. Just the list goes on and on. But again, if you are looking for a vegan spot, it is a sit-down place, so you can order and eat in there. And yeah, it's a good spot. Again, another family-owned restaurant. You walk in, hey baby, that's just how they do. And they also have burgers. That's new, and the burgers are good. I love a burger. I'm just gonna say I love a burger. Okay, Sweet Vegan. Now, I said it was hot down here, right? And you don't want to cool off, so you want a snowball. Snowball to us is a snow cone to you, I guess, if you have that. So good. Snola. You're going to have to either catch an Uber or get on a streetcar to get to this place. It is uptown around around St. Charles. So if you are going onto the streetcar, taking the St. Charles line, you'll be able to get to it. You'll see all the beautiful homes here on your way. So it's a nice ride. But Snola is amazing. They are the home of the cheesecake stuffed snowball. Y'all, they stuff cheesecake inside of a snowball. I mean, that's all I really need to say, honestly, is a cheesecake. But again, There's so many other flavors if that's not your jam. There's the traditional flavors, the bubble gums, the strawberry, the wedding cake, the tiger's blood, you know, stuff like that. And then they have the New Orleans style flavors like the banana Foster cheesecake that they might have bananas on. Girl, it just don't make sense. It's so good. Snola, you're welcome. Let's see. Another place to try is called Back of Town. If you are looking for some coffee, it is also right on the edge of the French Quarters. So it's really not that far. You can definitely hop on a streetcar and get to it. It's called Back of Town. It's another good coffee shop, black owned. You get your nice, good, strong cappuccino, latte. It's just, I mean, it's just a vibe. You go in there, a lot of people are in there working, you know, a lot of people are networking in there. There's always some type of meeting of creatives in there. It's a really good place to work and vibe and people watch. So if you need coffee, Back of Town. There's 2 more places I want to talk to you about. Justini's. This is a new bar. I have never been. I'm actually going to Justini's next Sunday. There's an event I'll be at, and I'm excited because I know the owner, young black girl who first started by selling mixed drinks. So she would sell. Okay, I was trying to make sure my camera was still on. She was selling pre-made like rum punches and what you call those things, lemon drops, but she was putting her own twist on them, and they were so good, and they were selling out. She was always selling them for like Mardi Gras, for birthday parties, baby showers. Yeah, we drink at baby showers down here. So she was always in high demand. Then she started catering, where people were just hiring her to, you know, bring her crew in her mixed custom cocktails. And now sis got a whole bar. And I'm proud of her. I'm excited for her, and I cannot wait to go. And it's called Justini's. It is off the beaten path. So again, you're gonna have to catch an Uber. See all the good spots. You gotta catch Ubers. I'm not saying that there's not good spots in the quarters, but I'm just saying, y'all need to check out NOLA, like for real. Check out New Orleans for real, for real. So Justini's is definitely something to add to your list. Now the last spot, and I'm sure I am missing a few places, but again, I'll be here forever if I try to tell you about all the phenomenal places in New Orleans, is Second Vine Wine. Second Vine Wine is located on Magazine Street. So while you are on Magazine, shopping at West London, popping into pop culture, getting your zen on with Freedom Apothecary, bring it on down to Second Vine Wine. They are one of, I feel like they are the only black owned wine bar here. So not only can you go and enjoy wine, you can also buy wine, and they have a huge selection of black owned wines. You'll find Brown there, which is an amazing winery in Napa. They carry some other wines as well. There's tastings. Again, it's another place that's a really good vibe. Definitely check out Second Vine Wine. Okay. So I think I've touched on the food, at least the food that, you know, that I like. Now let's talk about some places that aren't by us, but are still definitely good that you should try. The first thing I'm going to share with you is a little tip. And I know everybody is coming who has not been here for some beignets. And if you have been here and you want beignets, maybe, I'm sure you already know this, so bear with me. If you do, just, you know. The line for Cafe Du Monde is going to be ignorant. It is. It's going to be so long. So, I suggest that you get on the streetcar and head to the city park. Now, before I say that, there is a place that's not too far around the corner from Cafe Du Monde that's in the quarters called Cafe Beignet. Is it called Cafe Beignet? Yeah, it's called Cafe Beignet, and I hear the beignets are really, really good there. I have not personally been there, but if you are craving beignets and you do not want to leave the French Quarters, check them out. But I was going to suggest that you jump on the streetcar and take the streetcar all the way down into City Park. City Park is our beautiful park here, and we have a Cafe Du Monde located in the park. And the line is not going to be ignorant. It's always, it will have one, but it moves very, very quickly. That Cafe Du Monde line, ma'am, you're going to want to fight somebody. Standing out there in the heat, at least the Cafe Du Monde inside of City Park is air conditioned. So if you are standing in line, you stand in line inside. Because I'm just saying, like, thank me later. All right, so there's Cafe Du Monde, because again, I know you're going to want Cafe Du Monde. Pralines pecan candy is what we call it. Loretta's is actually black owned. Loretta's is a really good spot to get pecan candy. I cannot remember where Loretta's is located, but I'll drop all that down in the little description. But there's also another place that is in the quarters that is so good. It's called Southern Candy Makers. They have really good pecan candy. I'm sorry, pralines. They have the hard kind, which is more of the traditional style. And then they have the chewier ones, which I love. You can also find a huge selection of sweets, from turtles to chocolate covered Oreos to chocolate covered pretzels. Yeah, it is a sweet treat heaven. Day parties. There's going to be day parties all over the place. I know of one specifically that will be on the 1st of July, which I think is that Saturday. It is going to be at the Virgin Hotel. If you are interested, hit me up on Instagram. If I can slide you this invite, I definitely will, because it is invitation only. But again, there's going to be so much going on between the day parties, the Women in Power seminars, the Girl Boss brunches, and the insane amount of activities that's going to be going on at the convention center. You are not going to get bored. I highly suggest that you download the Essence Festival app. That way you are always kind of like, you know, in the know of all the different activities Essence is putting on. If you are looking for more of a fine dining in the French Quarters, my favorite restaurant is called Restaurant Revolution. They have the most amazing service. I was going to say food, because the food is amazing, but the service is top tier. It is definitely more of a upscale, but you can walk in there with, like, men don't have to wear jackets. I think they don't have to wear jackets in the dining. I think you can wear jackets because it's right off of Bourbon. So there's, you know, they're getting people that are walking off the street, but you can't go in there looking like, you know, a bum. But you here for Essence, so I already know you bring in your A game. But if you go to Restaurant Revolution, ask to sit in Rory's section. Rory is our favorite waiter. He is extremely knowledgeable. He will tell you about all of the best dishes. I mean, they're all really good, but he's going to make sure that you have the most top tier experience. So Restaurant Revolution, add that to your list. I'm sorry, y'all, I have to interrupt this video real quick because I have to tell you about these 3 shops I cannot believe that I did not tell you about. So I'm going to go ahead and insert it and then, you know, keep it moving. But I just had to pause that real quick, so watch. Okay, I don't know where this is going to fit in, but I completely forgot to tell you guys this, but there are 3 places on Magazine Street that I completely forgot to tell you to shop at, and I need you to go to these places. There's one particular one that actually has a location in the French Quarters, and trust me, you need to go. All right, the first one is Monomen. It is a local spot, obviously local. I mean, obviously local. It's a spot on Magazine Street. It is woman owned. It is not black owned, but it is woman owned, and they have the very like minimalistic clothing. So you'll find like a lot of neutrals, a lot of monochromatic clothing, well, looks, jeans, like very cute, super, super cute, very chic. It's a vibe. The second place is Shop, it's not called Shopping, it's called the Elizabeth Chronicles. And everything in this shop is under $100, like no lie. And the stuff is so cute and so trendy. And again, it's under $100. The quality is really good. Sorry, y'all. The quality is really good to say that this clothes are under $100. I've had a lot of stuff from them, and I'm holding on to pieces that I've been having for years, and it's not, you know, like I've washed it a million times and it still looks good. You know, nothing is tattered. Another good spot to go, it is woman owned as well. It's not black owned, but it is woman owned. The next spot, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't tell you about this spot. I literally, like, when I say I don't know where this is gonna fit in, because I just turned the camera on and had to turn the camera back on to tell you guys about these spots, because I'm like, why didn't I tell y'all about these gyms? UAL. If you don't go nowhere, I mean, you're gonna go to the black owned places, but if you don't go to any of the other shops, you gotta go to UAL. There's 3 locations, okay, 3 locations. One is on Magazine Street. So if you take a ride to Magazine Street, you know, definitely hop in here. One is in the French Quarters, baby, that's the one to go to. And there's one in Metairie, Louisiana, which is, you're gonna have to get into Uber to go to. UAL is where you find designer discounts for between 70 and 90% off. It's like stupidly slashed. Like, I'm not gonna say the stuff is cheap, but it is cheaper than Saks Fifth Avenue. And a lot of times, you know, yes, you will find stuff that's a few seasons ago, which is fine for me, because if I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna wear it. I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, this is last season, I'm not gonna wear it. No, I bought it, I'm gonna wear it. But you might also find current stuff as well. Like right now, there's a ton of Bottega. I don't know if they robbed a Bottega store or not, but they have a ton of Bottega shoes that are severely discounted. I have the Bottega shoes. They're green and they're like the nets. I apologize because I don't know the name of them, but I bought them when I was in Vegas from the Bottega store, and I paid full price. UAL has them for like, I don't know, $300, and I probably paid $1,000 for these shoes like a dummy. So that I'm just telling you that type of price point. You will also find stuff, no lie, for like $10 and $5. Like you just might luck up on it. It's a place where you have to dig. So you got to get your mind right when you go in there. It's not some spot where you're going to go in and everything is color coordinated and, you know, easily accessible. No, baby, you digging. I get majority of my high-end clothing, like my Jacquemus, my Givenchy, like all of those things that I own, hands down, they come from UAL. Every now and then I'll pay full price, and then when I do pay full price, they wind up having it, you know, it might be a year later, it might be a few months later, and I feel sick to my stomach. So definitely check UAL out. Now, the one in the French Quarters has more high-end stuff. The one on Magazine Street, they all have high-end, but the one on Magazine definitely has high-end, but a little bit more casual, and the one that is located in Metairie is definitely more of the casual side. But that French Quarter location, don't play no games. I got all my Call Gaia, like I got this cute Call Gaia bag I got from there for like $100. I got Call Gaia shoes that I got from there for like, I don't know, $150. Like all of like my high-end UAL. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to tell y'all because I felt like I was not doing my due diligence by not letting you know about this gym. I'm not no gatekeeper. I think everybody needs to know about these stores. All right. Again, I don't know where I am popping this in, but moving on. What else? Oh, so I know I mentioned that Neos are known for, a lot of people go to them for the charbroiled oysters. But there's a place here called Drago's, and it's downtown in the Hilton. There's actually another location. It's called the Girl, I can't remember, but it's off the beaten path. You would have to get in a Uber to get there. You can't even get there from a streetcar. But the Dragos inside the Hilton, y'all, definitely check them out because their oysters are the best. I love, love, love. First off, I don't like oysters. The only way I eat oysters is from Dragos, char grilled. That's it. I'm not gonna eat no what you call no fried oyster. I'm not eating that. I'm not gonna eat no slimy oyster. I'm not eating that. I'm going to eat them char grilled. And Dragos always has them swimming in garlic butter, Parmesan cheese. It's so good. And then they give you French bread that's soft, and you just dip it in the butter and the garlic. It's so good, y'all. So definitely check out Dragos. Add that to your list. Where else? Po' Boys. Ooh, po' Boys, po' Boys, po' Boys. Okay, po' Boys, off the beaten path. You're gonna have to jump in Uber. I'm sorry, y'all. You're gonna have to jump in an Uber. Po' Boys, I would suggest you go to Parkway Tavern. It is so good. A fried shrimp po' boy dressed down here. When you ask them, they'll ask you like, you want it dressed? That means lettuce, mayonnaise, pickles, and tomatoes, and I think maybe ketchup. I think ketchup. I don't eat them like that. You know, I like my po' boys just mayo and lettuce. Like I'm a plain Jane. But their po' boys are so good. The shrimp is falling out. The shrimp are huge. If you're a big shrimp fan, definitely check them out for po' boys. Let's see where else. I'm trying to think of other places for you to try while you are here, because there's so much going on. There's going to be activations everywhere. So last year I popped in the warehouse district, which is downtown, so it's going to be where you're going to be walking around. They were, and I'm sure it's going to come back because they're there every year. There's a Miles pop-up where you can actually buy product, but you're going to be given product. They're just going to give a ton of stuff away. So make sure, like in the previous video, I said that you should carry like either a crossbody or a fanny pack, because you want to keep your shoulder ready for all the stuff that you're going to be carrying around. Because when you're at the convention center is going to load you up with free stuff. They're going to load you up with all kind of goodies. So you don't want like a big, your big purse on one side and then all your free stuff on the other side. Your shoulder's gonna hurt. So I'm just telling you to keep that in mind. But Mael had a pop-up. Carol's Daughter, Shea Moisture. The Shea Moisture pop-up was in the French Quarter. So just make sure you walk around, because there's stuff everywhere. And again, if you follow me on IG, I will make sure to have all of this readily available on my page, so you'll be able to kind of like, oh, that's where that is. So I'm gonna keep y'all, I'm going to make sure y'all are in the know at all times. Okay, all right. So where else? I feel like I've given you guys a lot. I told you where you should go to get some beignets. That's off the beaten path, so you don't have to stand in that hot line, because it's gonna be hot. I told you where you should get a good po' boy. I told you where you should get a good snowball. What else? I told you where you should get some charbroiled oysters. So listen, there's a guy, and he should be out there on Thursday night. There's always this party at the Metro, which is Generations. Well, you don't know what that means. So there's going to be a party at the Metro. The Metro is in the warehouse district on Andrew Higgins, and they always have parties. They always have parties there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday, but Thursday, Friday, and Saturday they for sure have parties. And outside of the Metro, when you leave, there's always a guy, a vendor, who's parked out there on his truck cooking food. I know you probably like, I'm not doing it. Yes, you are. This guy is called Chef. I'm going to drop it down because I can't remember his name. Chef B, I think, maybe Chef somebody. But anyway, he has this burger called the Ghetto Burger. Y'all, that that ghetto burger is so good. That ghetto burger is so good. Definitely get it. It hits the spot at 3 a.m. when you've had one too many vodkas. I'm telling you, chef's kiss. Very good. So if you see them, make sure you go ahead and have your money ready. I think he probably takes cards at this point, but another little gem so you know he's legit. If you walk by and you're like, I wonder if that food is good. The sausage good, the chicken good, but the burger, that ghetto burger, let me know how you like it. If you see them, if you try them, I want to know. Okay, I think that's it. I feel like I gave y'all a lot. I'm sorry if I was just talking, but I'm excited. You know, Essence to me is, again, one of the happiest times of the city, you know, seeing all my people come. You see I got my protective style in because, listen, ladies, it is hot. And I was not trying to wear my hair natural. I sure wasn't about to have it straight, because between the humid, well, it hasn't really been too humid down here, but the sweat, it would have curled my little hair all back up. So I went ahead and got braids, so I am ready, so I don't have to worry about doing my hair. I know if I need my makeup done, I can call Beautify. Make sure when you are walking around, I suggest that you put blotting sheets in your purse, because you are going to sweat and I don't want you to ruin that beautiful makeup that you spent time on. Also, I ain't gonna lie, maybe some wet wipes, maybe some extra little small deodorant, because y'all, it is stupid hot down here. I don't want to scare y'all, but it's hot. See, as I talk to y'all and get comfortable, my accent really coming out, but y'all, I'm just forewarning you. Dress comfortably, dress light, but of course keep it cute, which I already know you will. And just have a good time, you know, enjoy our city, find a local. We love to tell you guys where to go, where not to go. And I'm not gonna say no names because I'm not trying to bash nobody, but there is a particular restaurant there's a restaurant that a lot of people like to stand in a long line that you will see located downtown. And I'm sure if you've seen it and been here, you already know what I'm talking about. Don't stand in that line. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't stand in that line. There's other places, like I've mentioned earlier, for you to go. Don't stand in that line. Okay, so until next time, y'all, I am excited. I cannot wait to see everyone and hear your thoughts and how you're feeling about the fest and what you've done. Please drop it in the comments if you're coming to New Orleans, what you are looking forward to seeing and doing. Share this with people who are coming to New Orleans. I hope this helps you guys. Also, if there's anything that you have questions on, please drop your questions below in the comments. I will make sure to go ahead and answer them and hopefully steer you in the right direction. So, until next time, ladies and gentlemen,